Okay, Rod, first league win in 8, and what a way to do it, 4-0 against Bishop Stortford.
Yeah, I said to the boys before the game, we've had too many draws and we needed to really convert today into a win. And, listen, at the end of the day, it's a fair reflection on the game. But it's like anything, you still got to come and respect the opposition, you still got to get the job done. And to be fair, I thought they sort of played a system in there, made it hard for us a little bit to try and keep popping it and getting it round the box and create chances. But I just think, obviously, when you're down there and teams concede goals, I think sometimes it's raised our game and looking at Stortford there, it looked like they'd sort of, belief is a big thing in football, confidence, and you can see they lack that. But I can only speak about my team. I thought on the front foot, we had plenty of energy. I thought the midfielders in there today, you've got the likes of Robbies and people like that. But if you're going to give them too much space, you're not going to get tight to them, they're going to hurt you. So, we was excellent. But I'm taking nothing away from Stortford because it's tough for them, and I can imagine the management in there looking at that and thinking, well, we've got to get better if we're going to stay in this division, and I hope they do. But I'm only looking at, as you just said there, we've had a few draws, and I needed to win these games. I need to win these games. I need to win again on New Year's Day. It's as simple as that. And then obviously we'll be back in the mix again. So massively important for us. We need to be in. I set the boys a target at the start of the season. And if we can go and pick up another 3 points and get back in the playoffs, then, we've started 2017 in a great position.
Max Cornhill opened the scoring with his first goal today on his 100th appearance for the club. He done really well to react quickest after Sean Jeffers missed the penalty.
Yeah, I think, Max has had to have it a bit hard. He come in, started games, and he's been out injured. But we've been fair. We've been fair to the lads. No one can question us. I mean, Churchy's come back in. We weren't going to put him straight back in. He's got to fight his way back in now. And I thought he went on for that 15 minutes and showed you that, little bit of leadership that he offers us. But I can't knock Reece in there. I think Josh Reece and Max have done really well. I think the new lad I brought in today was outstanding, Kane. I think he just keeps the game simple. Always a threat, drives at fullbacks. He's a good player. And when you look at my bench, I spoke about my bench today and just said the bench. If you can look what we've had outside it as well, I mean, you've even got players missing today. Max Porter's not there. Frankie Merrifield, people I've left at home. Walshy wasn't in the squad today. So when you actually look at, what the squad I've got, it's a very strong squad. But as I said to them boys, whether it's whoever it is, they've all just done their runs. We've got Michael Splain, who's an absolute, top player. But he's on the bench today and ain't got off. So, we're in a good place at the minute. That win's going to do us a lot of good, and hopefully we can push on from that as well. But the depth on the bench today was as strong as I've had it for a while, and there's depth outside the squad, that would walk into probably most Conference South clubs. So, that's good. So I'm in a good place, but I was delighted. There's been a lot of thing about Chelmsford, Rod Stringer, Bishop Still. I'm not interested in that. I've said how I feel about the club. I had 4.5 years there, wonderful time, got a lot of friends there. As far as I'm concerned, I really do hope after these 2 games that they can find something to keep them up, because I spent 4.5 years keeping them up, and I don't want them to go down. Like today, Derby, that's what we need in football. So as far as I'm concerned, but that's down to Mark Hawkes and Steve Smith to sort out their own issues, and Cliffy. But as I say, I really do hope after New Year's Day that they can find some results.
And you must be delighted as well for Elliot Buchanan. It's his first goal in 9 appearances for the club, and a typical striker's finish, little flick header into the bottom corner. Yeah,
we know how good Elliot is. I had him at Stortford, and it's just been a bit stop-start for him, to be fair, because he's played well in some of the games and not scored. I thought it was a great finish for his goal today. And it was always going to be that sod's law that when you play against your old club, you probably, if you was I think bookies would have had him favourite to score today, because that's how football works. And then Robbie Wilmot goes and puts one in as well, which, I want them to do that against sides that they haven't played against or been involved with before. But I just think it was a good day for us. I thought we scored at good times. I just felt it would have took a good sight of day to stop us, I think. And, as you say, it's a tough league. We're work in progress. When I look at all the other teams that are up there, they've had the last year or 18 months or even 3 years to keep them teams together. This is a new team for me. It's probably 1 or 2 players still at Chelmsford that was here last year. So, we're still work in progress. But if we can get back to what we was today, which we was early on in the season, then I don't see why it doesn't matter if it's Bishop Stortford or whether it's Dartford or whoever. I don't see why we can't go on and pick up some more wins and obviously really kick on the second half of the season.
3 clean sheets in a row as well now. That must be the icing on top of the cake for today.
Yeah, I mean, I won't tell you too much whether it is icing on the cake, but I'd like to think, we probably ain't going to concede the goals we conceded against Hungerford, because Ross on the day was as bad as he's ever probably been since he was probably a young kid. So, but, you know, he's come back strong. It's a big character, that one. He's come back 3 clean sheets on the bounce, and that's what he's here for. So as far as I'm concerned, you know, we know he's a good keeper. I had him at Stortford. He come into here, he was flying when he first come in. Maybe a few things outside of football might have got to him. I don't know. We've all got personal lives as well. But, you know, he certainly weren't the same Ross I signed. But we've stuck with him. And now he's got to carry on, because one thing about Rod Stringer, if it ain't working, I'll make something happen. And, you know, so they're all under it. They're all under pressure in there. Because at the end of the day, I think they all want to be at my club. And I just want to say again to the supporters, it's been amazing. You know, like since I've been here, they've treated me very well. Exactly the same as what I had at Stortford. We had 4.5 years there, and obviously, you know, it wasn't easy to get results at Stortford, and them supporters never give me a minute's grace, and I've had some of them just clap me off there as well. You know, I've got no bad enemies at Stortford, but as I say, I'm now at Chelmsford, and the supporters have been amazing, and I love them. I just love it, because to me, that's what this level of football is all about. It's all about the supporters. You know, as I always say, managers and players pass through football clubs, but supporters stay. And let's keep getting the crowds, let's keep going forward, and one day we could all be in a dream where we need to be.